first day of school, I went into school and I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I felt really, really like clammy and gross and just not happy.
First day, people were like, "Hey, what's your name? Where'd you come from?"
For the first week, I didn't really know anyone.
My family moved to Portland, Oregon from Kingston, Jamaica.
It's a lot more affectionate in Colombia than it is here.
Culturally, I was not an American.
The fact that I'm from Colombia didn't really change much, just that I didn't know English and didn't know how to interact with people differently.
A lot of times they're kind of hesitant to speak. A lot of them don't have the English skills that an American student would have.
But I didn't want to really put myself out there with the risk of getting hurt or rejected as a friend.
At lunch, I didn't know where anyone sat. So for the first week or so of school, I was definitely sitting alone.
I did not eat lunch with the rest of the student body. I instead went into the bathroom and ate lunch by myself. I didn't go eat lunch with anyone, and I didn't really try to socialize with anyone because I was so shy the first time I came to BSA.
I wasn't really the person to come to meet everybody. All the friends that I have were because they reached out to me, and I'm grateful for that.
I had gone to a very small school in Kingston. It was basically a school of about 400, K-12, and I went to David Douglas High School, which at that time was the largest high school in the state of Oregon. And there were 2,500 students, and it was you go through the hallway, it was this massive humanity, and it was just overwhelming to me.
There was the stress of trying to find my classes and trying to figure out who my teachers were and figure out where to go and who to eat lunch with and who to be with.
I, as a teacher, as an advocate, help guide students through their path through VSA, kind of help them overcome any roadblocks.
First day we had to go in early because they had this program where it was juniors and seniors would help show you around the school so that you knew generally where you're going, and they would take you to your first period class.
I really connected with a drama teacher, Mr. Montgomery, who was wonderful, Peter Montgomery. And I think that's what saved my life, because it was something to connect to.
When new kids come to school, that first day of school, I do notice that sometimes there are, especially sixth graders are pretty shy.
When I was new, I didn't really go up to people to talk to them because I was shy. I was really shy when I was new.
I remember that first year sometimes being in my bedroom and crying at night.
People were welcoming on my first day of school, but I feel like it was a fake, an unreal, not genuine kind of welcoming, because at that time I was more of a novelty to them.
Everyone kind of knew each other from the middle school they came from.
It is courageous for anyone to start in a new school after the beginning of the normal starting point.
I think advocacy can help new students integrate into the school. It gives them kind of an instant group to associate with.
Schools nowadays are much more aware of people moving in.
The school tries really hard to integrate students into the community. I feel like it was mostly my fault, my problems that prevented me from getting integrated into the community.
It does depend on the student. At our school, you'll have the dramatic theater students who are out there anyway, and they're happy to be here and new, and they're out meeting people and telling you all about themselves.
When you're new, it's just hard to adjust. But I feel like VSAA has a more accepting quality to it compared to other schools. They're more accepting of people. This
school is one of those schools where the people who have been here know the system, and the system isn't something that most new kids have ever dealt with before.
For our school, it can be particularly challenging just because you're joining a family of kids who've been here for 5 or 6 years already, and that I imagine that sometimes feels kind of hard. How do I break in? On the flip side of that, though, I think that because we're so small, that there's a lot of intimacy, that it might be easier to eventually connect. It may take a while, but you will connect because we're a smaller environment and you can't be anonymous.